Welcome to this week's Top 10 Trending Skincare Voting Results. This week's category is on hydrating and moisturizing essences and toners. This vote also included milky toners and mists, so pretty much any prep step product. And this is quite a broad category. Historically, I've split these up, so normally I would have had some voting results for watery textures and then I would have had milky toners separately. But I was kind of curious to see where the actual popularity lied, so I've decided to combine all of these products into one voting category just to see like what the true results would be without being too without separating things out too much. And these results certainly do show that milky toners are definitely the more popular category at the moment. It's probably not a surprise. It just seems like every brand is launching a milky toner at the moment. And just as a reminder, these results come from my own Instagram page where I just put up like a voting box and I ask everybody to submit the product they're currently using or have recently purchased. So I'm going to go through the top 10. I'll throw in some of my random commentary if I have it, but I haven't used every product on this list. And I would love to hear from you in the comments if you use these products, why you love them or why you don't love them. And if you feel like any watery textures were robbed. So I'll start off with number 10, which is the I'm From Rice Toner. At this point, this has been popular for years and years, so it's essentially become a cult favorite. I'm pretty sure this appeared last year, and my feedback and thoughts on this product is always the same. I'm probably in the minority in the sense that I don't enjoy this product at all. To me, I can feel like a leftover residue when I apply this, so that it's almost like there's this fine particle in there that when I apply it to my skin, I feel like I can actually see it as well. So yeah, I dislike this product thoroughly, and I don't understand why people love it. But that's also why there are so many different options on the market. We all love different things. Number 9 is the Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice Probiotics Barrier Essence. I'm pretty sure they have a watery toner as well. The particular one that won the most votes in this round was their newer like milky essence. I haven't used it either. From what I can gather, it seems to be like a bi-phase style that you maybe have to shake up. So I expect that it would have a little bit more of an oil component to it. But yeah, I haven't used it. So if you have any feedback on this one, I'd love to hear. Number 8 is the Violette Boom Boom Milk, which is a personal favorite of mine. And this comes in a spray mechanism or like a spray bottle. I absolutely love this product. I haven't had it in rotation for a few months now, and I'm definitely starting to miss it. So I will need to rebuy it myself pretty soon. The only reason I've hesitated on purchasing it again is because the spray mechanism is a little bit aggressive. So I can't really use it directly to my face as an actual mist. So I tend to spray this in my palms more so as an applicator and then apply to face. But I think they've done a really good job of balancing this product. So the oil that's been blended in doesn't take over and it ends up still feeling quite hydrating without the kind of nourishing effect overpowering the result, which is probably my main complaint for a lot of the other products, is that they're too heavy and too commanding. In my opinion, a prep step product like this should be reasonably light because the whole concept is that you're then layering additional things on top. Yeah, and I think Violette has done just a really great job at finding that sweet spot of nourishment without it being suffocating. Number 7 is the Bioma Hydrating Milky Toner. I'm pretty sure I have this in rotation somewhere in the background there. I find this product to be fairly forgettable, although it is a good price point, and I think the blend of ingredients is decent enough. To me, this really functions like a watery toner, just with a little bit of like that milky component in there for visual appeal. There's really nothing here that stands out to me or inspires me to use it. So certainly not a bad product, just not one that I think is very memorable. Number 6 is the TBH Rebound Skin Milk Activated Cica Toner. I'm pretty sure this is a collab with Hannah English, or she has a married name now, so I'll throw it up on screen. They did send me this product in PR, but I haven't had a chance to open it yet, so I'm super keen to try it. It's a really great price point. It's available here in Australia, I think at Priceline. So it sits in that drugstore category, which is great. Hannah is such like a skincare enthusiast, so I can't imagine this not being a good product to use. But yeah, I just haven't opened it yet, so no personal feedback to give. But if you've tried it, I'd love to hear how it works back in your routine. From what I've seen online, some people compare it to the road glazing milk. I don't know how similar those viscosities actually are. Number 5 is the Dr. Curacle or Curacle. I really should look up pronunciation before I film these videos. The vegan kombucha tea essence, and this is another super long-standing favorite. This is definitely a biphase style, so you're supposed to shake it to bring the two components together. This is in the same lane as the Violette Boom Boom, but to me this product leans a little bit more specifically for dry skin, so I find this balance to be not quite universally appropriate. The oil component here definitely overpowers the formula, which I don't enjoy, but I am biased because my skin leans oily. It seems like people that have dry skin absolutely love it. So I guess that's just going to be, again, a very personal experience. Number 4 is the Pre-Cool Half and Half. And this was kind of interesting to see on the list because they market it more as a fluid moisturizer. It is definitely a much thicker, creamier texture than a typical essence would be. And it definitely does appear like a fluid moisturizer. So for that reason, for me, it's a little bit too heavy to use regularly because I'd consider it more of like an emulsion step. So I would actually use this on top of another hydrating essence if I really want to boost moisturization. I guess with these prep step products, I tend to personally prefer them to be quite invisible on the skin so that I can layer several products with ease. Half and half to me again is a little bit too overpowering to be within a prep step setup. Number 3 is the Ordinary Saccharomyces Ferment 30% Milky Toner. I love this one. So this is another example, I think, of a milky toner that's been balanced really nicely. It does have a little bit of an oil component to it where it feels a touch nourishing, but it certainly doesn't overpower and I can layer it super easily. The concept of this product, I think, to me is maybe that little bit more functional than just being a straight up like moisturizing, hydrating product. The included like NAG percentage just means that it encourages kind of natural cell turnover. So although it's not directly exfoliating, it's certainly encouraging natural desquamation or exfoliation of the skin. So for some people this might be too much to use daily or twice daily, but I find it to be super gentle and I actually use it in my retinoid routine with no problem. Number 2 is the Laneige Cream Skin Cerapeptide Toner. I've used the original version of this when it was in its like standard glass packaging. Back then it was definitely too heavy, so another example of a product that just the balance wasn't right for my skin type or skin needs. But again, it's another product that maybe people with more dry skin would appreciate. Since it was reformulated, I bought a little mini sample that I've had probably over a year now that I haven't opened. So I definitely need to open it and try it to see if they've lightened it up a little bit. And then more recently, they've just tweaked the packaging design slightly, so it looks a little bit different than what it did even just a few months ago. And number 1 is the TIRTIR Milk Skin Toner, which also comes in a light version. And within the voting, not many people actually specified which version they were voting for. This made it to number 1 with a combination of votes for both versions. So I don't know exactly which one is more popular. I suspect the original one is. I haven't used either. Again, I have a little mini of this that I haven't opened yet. I don't know why. I'm just a bit resistant to these brands that I feel like have paid for their notoriety on Instagram through an abundance of PR send outs. I don't find that this brand has achieved its success organically in any way. So I don't know. I'm like on the fence about it. Not that I wouldn't use it. It's just a brand that I'm not rushing out to use because I think it's the type of thing that has been designed to appeal to a Western audience that doesn't really have that much relevance in Korea properly. So I don't know, I feel like it's a bit of an illusion essentially, but that's just my personal gripe. Absolutely no shade towards the quality of the product or the formula. I'm sure it works really well. I guess I just want to explain my reasoning and thinking that I would rather seek out products that maybe don't have such a high level of manufactured appeal. Sorry. Now, as you can see from this list, I'm pretty sure all of these were milky toners. I don't think I can see a watery one. So that's a little bit sad. There were 5 products that just missed out on the top 10 listing, and there were a couple of more watery textures within the top 15. Those 5 were the Saro de Rue Gothamista Essence, which is also a personal favorite of mine. The Road Glazing Milk was also in there. Equal Reaction and their Cactus Ceramide Fortifying Milk was in the top 15. The Stratia Aqua Factory was there, and also the Thayer's Hydrating Milky Toner. So they're the 5 that just missed out on the top 10, with a couple of those having more of a watery texture. I think it's specifically the Gothamista and the Stratia that are watery, whereas the other 3 are also more milky. So yeah, I guess maybe we're just in the milky toner era. I'm sure it'll swing back around to hydrating textures at some point because trends just seem to go up and down that way. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.